Hello, Akwaba to how to learn Fanti with English and French on the Sir Prof Magic channel. In this lesson, we will be learning how to negate sentences. But first, let's learn something about Ghana, the land of gold and hope. Now our lesson, sentence negation. In English, we usually use not to negate a sentence. In French, we use ne plus the verb plus pas. Similarly, there is a rule governing Fante sentence negation. We usually use a double M or a double N to negate a sentence. We always use a double M for verbs that begin with B, F, M, and P. In a case where a verb begins with an M, we only introduce an additional M to make it a double M to form the negative. Verbs beginning with all other alphabets are negated using a double N. In a case where a verb begins with an N, we only introduce an additional N to form the negative. Note, Fanti verbs do not usually begin with a vowel. Now, let's look at some examples. For the verb bo, to hit, frappe. Example, Besiano bobol no. The girl hits the ball. To negate this sentence, we introduce a double M to make it Besiano mbo ball no. The girl does not hit the ball. Another example, for the verb do, to love, adore. Example, Maame no do neba no. The woman loves her baby. To negate this sentence, we introduce a double N in front of the verb do to make it Maame no ndo neba no. The woman does not love her baby. Next example, for the verb ma, to give, donne. Example, Papa no ma sika. The verb here is ma. Because the verb starts with an M, we only introduce an additional M to make the sentence Papa no ma sika. The man does not give money. Our next example, nom, to drink, bois. Example, Iraba no nom nsu. The lady drinks water. The verb here is nom. It begins with an N. So to make this sentence negative, we introduce an additional N in front of nom to make the sentence Ewuraba no nnom nsu. The lady does not drink water. Mefa eko ofre yeti mma wonno. Mefa I take, je prends. We write the me and the fa as one word. Mefa. To make this sentence negative, we introduce a double M between the me and the fa and pronounce it as memfa. I do not take. Je ne prends pas. Next, e and ko. Eko, you go, tu vas. In this case, we use a double N and pronounce it as inko. You do not go. Tu ne vas pas. Next, o and fre, written as ofre. He calls. Il parle. To make this negative, we use a double M and pronounce it as onfre. He does not call. Il ne parle pas. Ye and te, pronounced as yete. We hear. Nous écoutons. In this case, we use a double N and pronounce it as yente. We do not hear. Nous n'écoutons pas. Next, and ma. In this case, because whom is the second person plural, we leave a space between the whom and the ma and pronounce it as ma. You give. Vous donnez. To form the negative, we only introduce an additional M in front of the verb ma to form ma. You do not give. Vous ne donnez pas. Wonnom, written together as wonno. They drink. Ils boivent. To form the negative, we introduce a single N in front of the nom to form wonnom. They do not drink. Ils ne boivent pas. Now, some common French expressions and their meaning in English. Pourquoi pas? Why not? Pas trop. Not too much. Pas de problème. No problem. Pas vraiment. Not really. Pas du tout. Not at all. Pas comme ça. Not this way. Pas si vite. Not so fast. Pas souvent. Not often. Pas vrai? Isn't it true? Pas encore. Not yet. Pas sûr. Not certain. N'est-ce pas? Right? Isn't it so? Medase. Please join me in the next lesson as we learn the beautiful Fante language with English and French while discovering more about Ghana, the land of gold and hope. I'll be glad to read your comments. Please do not forget to subscribe for more. Kindly click on the notification bell to ensure you get notified when new videos are uploaded.